Hey guys, it's David Goodman and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got Pete Blankenship and we're gonna do a quick snippet to give you 3 mistakes that you need to avoid if you're thinking about doing short-term rentals in Nashville. And if you're thinking about doing short-term rentals in Nashville, please get in contact with us. Our information is below. We are realtors in this space and we specialize specifically in doing short-term rentals in Nashville. And if you don't really know what that means yet or want to get into the depths of what the zoning restrictions and all that good stuff, we've got more videos in our channel that you can take a look at, or you can just give us a call or email or text or what have you. We are available. But for now, Pete, what are these mistakes that we need to watch out for? Do you have any in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say really first, when you're analyzing property, if it's not in the best area of town, which sometimes these aren't, or even if it is, it's a great management idea to invest in good security and good access. So what I mean by that is making sure you have keyless locks. You can get Schlage locks. You can use things like Mount. There's so many different systems that you can use to make it keyless. I recommend working with either your manager or yourself, if you're self-managing, to get keyless generated codes that you can generate per guest. That way, you know who has access to the unit or what cleaners. This is just going to save you a lot of money over time with little stolen goods, whether it be towels, whatever, as well as if you ever do need to file an insurance claim, if there's a party or, God forbid, I've seen wrecks happen outside and parking, garages. It's always great to have that outdoor video access. So that would be one thing. I think people skimp on their security overall and the access.
And I would imagine by, residents or customers seeing cameras outside, obviously, and just that it's well kind of taken care of, that would also have an effect.
Yeah, most definitely. The kind of the guard dog on duty, sign is a deterrent, for sure. But I really believe too, these don't have to be backdoor facing, maybe. I know in Nashville, there's parties in Nashville, surprise. This is the #1 bachelorette market. So a big thing here, especially when units are brand new on the market, you might be offering lower rates, lower than maybe you should. That can incentivize sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't say it always incentivizes unruly guests, cheap rates, because I don't believe that. If something's cheap, I'm going to pay for it as well. It's just a value proposition. But if you consistently have cheaper rates, obviously you're going to get a certain type of guest. 2-night minimums can be recommended too, just to make sure you don't have your fly-by-night, MTSU, for Nashville people, Middle Tennessee State, college freshmen renting it for a night, throwing a party. But these are things that outdoor front camera can prevent, right? If your manager has access to the camera or you do, and it says you have a booking tonight for 10 people, but you see, 6 groups walking in, it's a good idea to go out there or call your manager to prevent that getting shut down. And, you'll get all the money anyway. It's a canceled booking on their end. It's a lie. So anyway, moving on. I think that's really important though, especially long-term management can save you huge headaches.
Awesome. So #1 is invest in security.
Yeah, ultimately security, whether that be your keyless lock, which everyone should have, with a code, in my opinion, because it keeps you from having to run out, change locks, whatever. But also, yeah, the camera, good deterrent, but also will help you with insurance or
Awesome.
potential damage. So
Sweet. Okay, well, what do you got for #2?
I would say not investing in the right amenities for your market. And I'll kind of caveat and tie that into under investing in an amenity. So, for example, I've seen clients that say, a fire pit would be amazing. And I agree. And it would be amazing. And we put a fire pit in, and then they have a max occupancy of 10 or 12, and they have 4 seats out there. So is that really an amenity to the group guest who's booking this? Um,
Mm.
I don't think so. So you did a great job and invested in the amenity, but you really skimped on the whole amenity. You didn't provide just Adirondack chairs for everyone to sit on, or even just stumps, put some varnish on some stumps, be creative. Something that could stand out. You could have your niece or nephew or children paint the stumps, put them out by the fireplace. So anything that can help you stand out, but also just investing in the right amenities, but not under investing. I've seen people as well, they'll get a grill but they won't have any charcoal or utensils to really do anything with it. So again, a big green egg is an amazing thing to have at your place to stay when you have a group of bachelors or bachelorettes coming into Nashville. They want to cook, maybe hire a private chef. Having these amenities that make that all possible could be the thing that's determining whether your unit's converting when it's getting looked at, or if it's just getting looked at and never being booked. So step two, making sure you have the right amenities for your market, but then also not under investing in those amenities when you do have them.
Guys, I'm interrupting my own video just to let you know that if you follow me on Instagram at GrowWithDaveTN, you'll see the deal of the week that I post every single week. These are on and off market deals, not only for single family, not only for investors, it's just everything in between Nashville real estate related that is a good deal. You'll see it once a week, deal of the week, GrowWithDaveTN on Instagram. Follow it, you won't regret it. And back to the video. That's a good point. And I think about on the staging side of this, like when you're looking at photos and showing houses like to sell, if you're in a 5-bedroom house and in your living room there's like a couch and one chair, it psychologically you have a hard time seeing your family in that space. So that's such a great point. It kind of goes into other things. So in your photos, if it's saying it's a 4-bedroom and it sleeps 12, you want to be able to show that it can handle that kind of space and people have space, I would assume, right?
No, absolutely. And then, that kind of ties me into my last, what I think is really important and that some people miss out on or make mistakes on. And that's under investing in the marketing upfront of your property. So, paying the $1,000 for a combination of photos and potentially drone photography or drone photos or whatever that may be, marketing in general. Having flowers put in there maybe when you're having your photos taken. You don't have to do flowers for every single guest. I mean, I could see how that would be expensive, maybe not a great return. But then again, the ability to really market your property, spend the money up front, good color schemes, good photos, good listing is going to make such a big difference in the conversion, again, of that property getting viewed. But then just like marketing and sales, marketing's job is to get you the opportunity. The picture got clicked on because you took the good photos. And then, your reviews, your management, all of that is really what sells it for you along with your photos. So you really need to invest up front and make sure you get good photos, spend the $50 to put flowers around, potentially, work with your marketing department if that's with your management company. But how can I really make this listing pop and make it special? And then that kind of ties back in as well to, your review management. And so
yeah, I was going to say we should maybe add number 4, pay attention to your reviews.
3.5, because this ties into your marketing, but your reviews and your review management. So if you're a self-manager or you're with a manager, you need to be responding within 24 hours for sure to every response, request, whether it's a review, thanking them, but obviously to your guests while they're in house. You have to, check in, make sure everything's good. Is there anything I can fix? And then actually soliciting the review. So after they stay, do you have automated setup with your management or yourself to market to that guest? Thank you so much for staying. We saw you just left. That's when you ask for the review, not 2 weeks later. And, I've incentivized guests even at new places with Amazon gift card or whatever. When you're trying to ramp up your unit or your property, these are just little things, that getting 3 or 4 5-star reviews can really help you to ramp that up. Once your occupancy is high enough, and we can work with you on that, David and I, we have a lot of management partners, but that's when you can start to tweak things. There's really a sweet spot in occupancy. You don't want to be at 100% occupancy, obviously. Your wear and tear would be too high. You'd much rather have kind of a sweet spot of what it costs to stay there. Call it, 4-bedroom. Call it, if you can get to $1,500 a night and we're at a 40% occupancy, we're doing pretty damn good. We're at nearly a $200,000 unit there in gross revenue. So, that there are things like that. And then in regards to that amenities as well, choosing cool amenities. I've seen people, my own down here. I mean, I have a cold plunge in one of mine. That's something that I've seen that people really like because it's kind of a fad right now. But seeing people build, or put little steam rooms, or steam saunas or putt-putt golf or golf net or whatever, it allows you to make your specific unit more than just a place to stay, but something that's offered more like a hotel or something might have, now it's a specific place. A lot of times that's the cooking though. So you don't want to skimp on, your amenities that you provide in regards to, if I have a great hotel, king size bed in the Airbnb, gym, maybe gym, can have my dog, What makes it that different? I don't have to order room service or a hotel bar. I can cook myself that great steak with my friends at this Airbnb, and that's one of the main reasons we stay. So make sure you have all the greatest, cooking gear you can, air fryers, whatever, cast irons, whatever you might need to really make that cooking experience and that separator great as far as, for your guests.
Great stuff. Awesome. No, those are really great tips. Thanks again for those. And I'm sure there's a ton more that if you want to get in contact with Pete, you can hit us up. His contact information's in the description. We can set up a short-term rental consultation. But yeah, no, thanks again for that. That's brilliant. That was really, really, really helpful, I think. So Pete, thanks again for joining us.
Got it.
And give us a call. Thanks again for watching, and be on the lookout for more content like this, specifically about the Nashville market in general, but also short-term rentals. Again, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.